What is going on, everybody? It is the Full Throttle Hog, and that means we are back with another MotoVlogger Monday. Thank you for being here. Thank you for if you're watching this on the replay. We have a really good one for you today. We've all heard the name. We've seen them all over the place, and that is the name Law Tigers. And today we get to find out exactly what Law Tigers is about. We're going to be able to debunk maybe some of the conspiracy theories out there of what they actually do. And we're going to bring in my buddy Chuck from Law Tigers. He's going to join us. We're bringing him in right now. Chuck, how are you?
Hey, doing well. How are you doing, Ron?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us for a little bit tonight. We do have a little side chat over on the side, so we'll be getting to their questions and things like that. Right now, we already have DeBeard. He's from a group called Baggers and Brews. And they are out on the East Coast, and we have the wife. She's tuned in, and Dad and Matt is here, and Dad and Matt is in the UK. So Dad and Matt, thank you for coming by and hanging out with us.
That's really cool.
So so we'll check in with the side chat in just a little bit. But first things first, why don't we just tell us a little bit about you and who you are, and do you ride and all that kind of stuff, where you're from?
Yeah. All right. My name's Chuck. I work for the Law Tigers in Southern California. I'm a marketing manager for them. And what we do is we're a motorcycle accident injury law firm. What we do is we advocate for the side of the rider when they're involved in an accident and injured in an accident. And that's basically what we do. And then we also are involved in the community with education, event support, the charities. I mean, just so much, anything that's going on in the motorcycle riding community, we want to be a part of and try to help out the best way we can.
That's awesome. So tell us, so Law Tigers in itself, if somebody just sees, all they see is motorcyclists who are lawyers who ride, right? So, if somebody is just getting into motorcycles today, how would they learn about Law Tigers, or tell us what they would need to know, and maybe even some specifics on how they can get the best kind of coverage, going forward when they reach out to somebody from Law Tigers?
Okay. Well, it's kind of simple. And I've heard it a couple times that, are you guys a club of lawyers that ride? No, we're not. But all of our lawyers do ride. They are all motorcycle riders. And so that they understand the riding community and what can happen in an accident or what's going on. So that was one of the basis of the beginning of Law Tigers. We are nationwide, and we have franchise lawyers in every state that we're in. What we do is we want to make sure that our motorcycle riders are insured the best way. We're not an insurance company, and we are the people that go after the insurance company. We're the ones that are going to sit there and make it so that you can get healthy, you can get well. We're going to take care of you and your motorcycle and do those type of things while you're recovering.
So if somebody is it like a membership fee? Do they sign up?
No, there's no membership fee, but you can go to lawtigers.com and request a rider benefit card, and that shows you the benefit. For our riders, the rider benefit card is just something nice. It'll give you the 1-800 number and let you know when or if you need us. It's right there for you. So there's no membership. You don't pay for our services unless we recover for you, and that's a really big thing. If we're not going to recover any money for you in your accident, you're not paying us a dime.
Oh, that's very, very cool. That's something that to get on there. Go to lawtigers.com and just get that membership benefits card. And it's one of those things where, I guess, you'd hate to have to, use something like that when you're riding, but things happen, accidents happen all the time. And you definitely have to be prepared. So you said to make sure that they're properly insured. Is that something where somebody from Law Tigers will actually go over maybe your current insurance plan?
Well, what we'll do is we can give you we have a rider, along with the rider benefit card, we have a document holder. It holds your registration and insurance documents. And on the back, our lawyers have put in what you should carry to cover yourself in case of a motorcycle accident. When you have car insurance, it's really funny. You insure the car, the bumpers, the stereo system, so it doesn't get stolen into doors. On a motorcycle, you need to insure yourself. some states have a very low mandatory insurance amount, and you need to cover to take care of your bike, your family, your house, everything that you have while you're down. And so we talk a lot about underinsured and uninsured motorists insurance, those lines of your insurance, to make sure that you have coverage that'll take care of you in case you do get involved in an injury accident.
I got you. So F. Caputo just asked if you guys are all nationwide.
We're nationwide. There's a few upper Northeast states that we're not in currently with a franchised lawyer, but you definitely give us a call and we can direct you in the right direction. Absolutely.
How about New Jersey? Are you guys in New Jersey?
We're working on getting New Jersey started now. We're in the works on it right now. Awesome. So the Northeast is a little tougher for us. You know, it's got a smaller riding season. You know, it really does because of snow and stuff. But you know, we're looking for people in that area. We have Chicago, which is very close, and that kind of thing. So we are nationwide.
And what is the you know, obviously a lot of Tigers is, I mean, pretty much at every motorcycle event I think I've ever been to, heavy presence in Sturgis. And, you know, you always have those people there that are they handing out those membership cards on scene?
You keep saying membership card. It's a rider benefit card. That's okay. Don't worry about it, Ryan. No sweat. Because we don't have membership. There's some other firms that might have a membership sign up, and ours is just a way of getting information to you. And what it is we're a service. We don't provide anything other than our services. And in doing so, we want to be top of mind. And we would love it that you come to an event, come see us, say hi, and pick up a couple of things that we have. And it's important that you're prepared and have some knowledge of what could happen in case of an accident. Yeah. So that's why our presence is there, to stay top of mind with everybody.
Gotcha. And then if somebody's on in an accident, they need to reach out to an attorney. Everybody obviously is going to weigh their options, especially today in with technology and the internet, and you have all that information. What kind of makes Law Tigers stand out from maybe some of the other motorcycle attorneys out there?
I think one of the biggest things, other than all our lawyers are riders, is that we are involved in the community. Myself, we have a grassroots marketing plan. That what happens is we are involved in the motorcycle riding community to help with events, help with charitable organizations, things at Christmas time, the Toys for Tots, to name one of them. It's just that we, as part of our thing, is we want to give back to our community. And that I've always said, biker businesses, biker people keep biker money with biker folks. And it's one of the kind of things that we want to be a part and get out there in our respective communities to play a part.
Oh, that's definitely cool. I do like that saying. That's something I might have to use that from time to time, because that's a good one.
Feel free. Yeah.
And so you are a rider yourself, right?
I am a rider. Yes, I am.
Tell us a little bit about maybe your riding background. When did you start? What are you currently riding?
Okay. I started riding in 1992. I took my driver's test in Phoenix, Arizona, and had an Ascot 500, and have been through a bunch of bikes since then. I've never been without a license or a motorcycle since 1982. And I've ridden to probably every major rally or event in the United States, from New Hampshire to Laconia, New Hampshire, Daytona, Myrtle Beach, Bikes, Blues, and Barbecues in Arkansas. I've been up to the Oyster Fest up north, and even in Toronto, Canada, rode up there, and I've ridden in a lot of states, and I enjoy the touring aspect of it. I enjoy the brotherhood of motorcycle riding, which is a big deal for me. It's be it a club, be it a riding organization, or just a couple buddies getting together, going for a ride is a big deal for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are you currently riding now?
Currently, I have three bikes. I have a 2017 Road Glide, which is my 2-up bike when I have my girl with me, and then I have a 1991 Springer Softail and a 1987 FXR.
Wow, very cool. Very cool. And actually, Chuck and I have actually gone on a ride together. If you guys all watched the May ride video from last year, Chuck is there abiding by his social distancing guidelines. And one portion of that of that video.
Mm-hmm.
But so, and you've been with Law Tigers for how long now? I know you said it before.
A little over 11 years.
11 years. And is it all been in SoCal?
Yes, I got hired to come to San Diego. Terrible to go from Phoenix to San Diego. I know it's a tough gig, but how it started, I was working in the motorcycle industry prior to me working for Law Tigers. I was working for a manufacturer, and the Law Tigers were putting on small events in Arizona, and I met them and talked to them and asked the questions, what insurance should I carry and stuff, and got myself insured properly. And I was involved in a real serious motorcycle accident in 2007 and called the Law Tigers. So I'm not only do I work for them, I was also a client. They took care of me personally.
Wow. Hey, that's how you get some of the best employees, I would think, is once they've done you right, then it's a company you want to work for. So that speaks volumes in itself.
Oh, absolutely. I was still recovering, and I was saying, I want to drive one of those vans around and promote.
Yeah, and like I said, Law Tigers, it's everywhere. It's everywhere you go, and the branding in itself, they've done really a really good job to make themselves known. And the biggest thing, having you on, like I said tonight, is really just to dive in and how to get people more involved and getting that membership benefits card.
Yeah, the membership benefits card. It's something to remind you what we do, and then we have some benefits on there. We have a if you witness a motorcycle being stolen and you call the police and that bike is recovered, we give, and it all works out to what you've done. We give out a $10,000 reward to you. Also, if you witness a motorcycle accident and can lead to the apprehension of a hit and run, and you can lead to the apprehension of that person, also we do a $10,000 reward to you for doing so. So being active in what you do and taking care of the rider.
Wow, that's cool. See, I never even knew that. That is absolutely awesome. With you mentioned, the fact that they're lawyers who also ride bikes, and the importance, because, and you and I have had this discussion on, if you're going to call somebody and say, hey, somebody hit my front fairing, right? And that maybe just an attorney, they're going to be like, oh, okay, so is that like a bone or something like that? So
right. They don't have any, Ryan, they don't have any understanding of the lingo. We have, and kind of every single club or even the Tiddlywinks of America club or the Bridge Club of the United States, there's that lingo within that club or with that organization. And with us, the motorcycle rider, you sit there and you say something like, I got swept from my back saddlebag and, skid on the road. We understand what that means, or right. Somebody's sitting there talking about, oh, my engine guard got scuffed up or this kind of thing. And it's kind of funny that we have our own type of lingo within the motorcycle riding community, that it's we understand what you have to say, and we understand what's important to a rider. Knowing where his bike. I've had riders in the hospital wanting to know where their bike was. Right, they're injured. I was the same way. Who towed my bike? Where did my bike go? And where's it being stored? And that kind of stuff. While you're in the hospital or at home trying to recover.
And I always felt that a motorcycle owner, all the way across the board, and I don't know, and it doesn't matter what you ride, somebody who rides a motorcycle is typically going to be more attention to detail than somebody who is not. I've always felt that way. And so to do a business with somebody who's a motorcycle owner, and it might be just a subconscious thing or it may sound crazy, but I do think that there's somebody that is going to pay more attention to detail to the work, because that's what motorcycle riders typically do.
You're absolutely right. And that's the big reason for, to use, if you're in the riding community, whatever state or country you're in, and you go and need a plumber, to find a plumber that's also a motorcycle rider, there's kind of a, I don't know what you want to call it, Ryan. We talk about, say what you mean what you say. You're only a man true to your word. And those that really mean things to a lot of the riders in this world. And, if you need a roofer, then you call a biker that's a roofer. He's going to make sure he does the job right for you, quote the right price, do it the right way. Same way with just about anybody else. I mean, and a lot of these guys ride around, they're all friends and stuff like that, but they don't know what they do for their regular job. So we've been trying to educate some folks that, you know, it's important that that you sit there and you know who you're talking to and what you're talking about, and they want to do the best job possible, and they stand behind their work, whatever it is, being it from lawn care to, you know, plumbing your whole house, you know, that kind of thing.
No, I agree. So you'd mentioned that obviously you've done a lot of riding in your day, and you've gone to so many different rallies and events. Do you have either, and I understand that there's the big rallies in Sturgis and things like that, but is there a specific year and a location that if you could right now, you just go right back to that location because it was the best experience?
Yeah, I've always said I have been to all the big ones, and my favorite one is the Rocky Point Rally in Puerto Penasco, Mexico. It's you ride down to Mexico. It's a great time. We help sponsor that event as well. But even not working or even just to go to have a good time, it's 63 miles south of the border, and it is as much fun as you can possibly have at a motorcycle rally. It really is, and it's small town. And it's, you know, it benefits a cause for the Red Cross and the orphanages down there in Mexico and Puerto Penasco. And it's a great time. Their 20th anniversary is coming up this year. So RockyPointRally.com, I'll give them a plug. They're great guys. They put this all together. Nobody gets paid. It's all a volunteer-based organization. And there's beautiful condos down there and timeshares and hotels. And it's cheap beer, fresh fish, fresh seafood. It's great.
It's RockyPointRally.com.
Yes, RockyPointRally.com.
Let me throw that. I'm going to throw this up for everybody to see. So
it's the 20th anniversary.
And what time of the year is that usually going on?
It's in November. It's the first or second weekend in November.
Honestly, that's perfect. So you get a chance to come back, relax, recover from Sturgis, and then you can go right down to the Rocky Point Rally.
Absolutely, it's a great time. It's so laid back. It's like motorcycle rallies in the old days. My first one I went to in '89 was my first rally I ever went to, and from then on, it's been like the stat. I always love that one. Been to all of them. Been to all 20 of them.
And what about this year? What do you got planned?
I don't have to go to Sturgis this year. That's good. I've been to Sturgis a bunch of times. So I will be at Rocky Point Rally for sure. Another one, Two Broke for Sturgis in Arizona. It's northern Arizona, called Two Broke for Sturgis. It's put on by a great group up there. And it's for people that live in the Southwest and don't want to ride all the way to Sturgis. Got camping, RV place to go. They have bands at night. They have a Miss Two Broke for Sturgis contest. And it's good old school fashion fun, barbecue and good times. And you know, you can do it and rent a cabin, or you can bring your RV, or just ride your bike and put a dome tent up, and you'll have just as good time.
That's awesome.
All right, that's what I want to do.
Let's. I'm going to take a look over in the side chat here. Make sure I say hello to everybody. So Shasi is saying good evening, everyone. Good evening, Shasi. F. Caputo, we talked. He asked some questions earlier. Motoblonde. Motoblonde's got a very cool YouTube channel. She's a motovlogger. Let's see.
I like Dad and Mad. I don't know where they're at, but they're talking about they have a Law Tiger sticker all the way from the USA, so they must be out of the country.
Yeah, he's over in the UK. He was actually on the show last week. Very cool, unique channel. It's him and his daughter. And he's got her riding really young and you know, just great personality. And them, you know, at 8 years old, she steals the show for sure. But they have a great channel.
Cool. Very cool.
Let's see, Ozarks HD Riders. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see, the wife heading to Cape May in May. Hope you all have some nice weather. All right. She's heading out there. Let's see, who else do we have? Gotta scroll through here quickly. Touring Midwest, hello. Thank you for stopping by. We are with Chuck from Law Tigers today. Here's Austin from Baggers and Brews. Another great. Here's a good group of guys. They are just talking nothing but motorcycles and beer. You know, so I'm in. I mean, two
great things that go together separately. ride
Correct.
your bike to your final destination and have some beers. Actually, a wonderful thing. Be safe, know your limits, and ride sober. But once you park the bike, some good beer is a wonderful way to go.
Absolutely. Yeah, they do testings and reviews and things like that. They do a live stream on Thursday nights. They got one coming up this week, so very cool channel over there. Who else am I missing? Megan's Moto Adventures is here. Hey Megan, how you doing? She's got an Instagram channel, Megan's Moto Adventures. She does just about everything. Have you met Megan yet, Chuck?
I don't think I've met Megan. We do meet a lot of the people out there doing their Instagram and Facebook accounts that are almost full-time travelers. I mean, there's so many of them that are lucky enough to stay on the road year round on their bikes. And I've met a bunch of them. They're really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I just lost one here. Hudson Moto Visuals. Hello, Hudson. Thank you for coming by. So, I got a question because you brought up an actual specific event, which was the Bikes, Blues, and Barbecues. Tell me a little bit about that and what you thought of that.
Well, Bikes, Blues, and Barbecues is in Arkansas. And it started off as a little one-day event, didn't close down the road, had a few people. And in the years, it's actually built up. And so it's now like a 4-day event. Law Tigers is, again, part of that event. We go out there and have a great time, but it's all about blues music, barbecue, and motorcycles. That's those are some 3 things along with beer. I mean, that could add the fourth B into that one, but it's a great time. They open up the town, they close off the streets, and it's a good time.
Nice. Yeah, that is definitely one. And have you been out to the Ozarks rally? That is,
I have not been to the Ozarks rally.
Yeah, so that's one I definitely would like to participate in. Let's see. De Beard says, does Law Tigers go to Ocean City Bike Fest in Maryland?
We have not, and I haven't been to that one, but I would like to go out to Ocean City because I used to fly kites, and Ocean City, Maryland is probably the best place I ever flew kites in my life, and I can see why a motorcycle rally there would be fantastic out there by the beach and everything.
Oh, that does sound pretty cool. Touring Midwest says full-time creator. Yes, please. That's some people, like you said, some people that get a chance to travel all day, every day, and go around. I mean, there's so many of them. It's so cool to watch everybody's individual journey that you could stack on another 500 of these, and I would still probably watch every one. It's just so cool.
There's some people that have been doing it for a long time and are great folks. Panhead Billy's one that comes to mind. There's just so many people that are doing it, and I am so jealous of the fact that they can retire whatever job they did and be able to go out and ride for ever and ever, and up north in the winter, down south in the summer, travel events, work little part-time gigs to help fund things, and it's just a great way to go. So I'm a little bit jealous of those guys.
Well, and that's the whole thing, and I've talked about it on these live streams before, and is just the motorcycle community in itself is like no other community that you'll ever find, and especially when it comes down to charitable events.
Right.
You get any type of charity going, the motorcycle community is going to step up. They're going to make that happen.
They will definitely show up. That's for sure.
Like you mentioned, with Law Tigers, we have an event out here coming up on April 3rd that is for a young girl who has cancer, and we are putting together an event. Chuck from Law Tigers with Clint August from Motorcycle Monkey and some other people are getting together, just having an event, and the outpour from already what I've heard, and this is just coming from Clint and everybody else, just the outpour of everybody wanting to get involved, donate. I mean, it's top notch.
Oh, absolutely. And that's it. In a couple of weeks, in word of mouth, I mean, we just had the Coffee for Chopper event, which is a great event that we had. But in a couple of weeks, 4 or 5 guys or gals and guys get to talking, and they say, we need to step up, help this family out. and we got an event going on. We have a place to put it on. We got a killer ride that's going to happen for that one, and then come back for music and opportunity drawings. And I don't know if they're doing a silent auction or what they're doing there, but it's impressive on how fast a few bikers or a motorcycle organization can get together, and we'll go help a charity in need. And it doesn't have to be a big one. You know, we get a few folks a family that needs help at Christmas time to to a Toys for Tots there's just so many of them, man. And we're willing to be a part of them all. And we try to be. We got another one coming up. The Hells Angels, the Dago chapter of the Hells Angels is doing an autism ride, right here in El Cajon. And again, and it's not just one club or the other. We from the, I'm trying to think, from the American Motorcycle Association to the Christian Motorcycles Association to the Hells Angels to the Violators, the Booze Fighters. All these clubs, everybody's working to try to better our community around us. And we just don't get enough recognition for it. There's so many people that are trying to help.
Yeah. And you always see and I'm sure everybody in the side jack can agree, like you always see sometime during the holidays or some type of specific event where you're going to have just a rally group of bikers out there participating in some type of charity event. It's just going to happen. I know I've been a part of them, and I think it's fantastic. Everybody's there, is, I guess, egotistical as people can be. You get them all to a charity event, and everybody's just out there trying to help to see how they can help more, if that makes sense. They're not looking at it for them. They're always looking for somebody else. And that's why I love this community. And to this day, my best friends, including my wife, met on a motorcycle. So, I mean, there's
and that's true. And you don't have a stranger on a motorcycle. It's all friends you just haven't met yet. And it's one of those kind of things where you can be one bike pulled up and the next bike pulls up next to them, or you're pulled off the side of the road at a convenience store or gas station, and you can have a 2-hour conversation of somebody you just met, talking bikes, trips, places you've gone, what you want to do next. And they're like friends.
Absolutely. And when you're going 2 up, what's the longest adventure you've been on?
Let me tell you, this comes in funny. We went out for a wedding in Ruidoso, New Mexico, and we trailered out there for my sister's wedding. And on the way back, we had our motorcycles with us, and my sister drove the truck and the trailer back with her bike in it. And Debbie and I rode 884 miles with her on the back end. And she is a champ, dude. And you just did an iron butt, right? Yep. You just did an iron butt. And so that would be her equivalent of an iron butt, 884, Ruidoso, New Mexico to Lakeside, California.
Oh my goodness. 116 miles. You guys would have had your certification ready to go.
I know. You know what? Those last 160 probably would have got us not being a couple anymore. We had the water packs on, the camel pack in the back, and she had her stereo going with her headphones on, and we were just trucking through, going out through White Sands Missile Range and just to Tucson and then back in this way. It was cool, man. She dug it. She was a champ.
That's awesome. So speaking of which, so does Law Tigers also cover your passenger when you're 2 up? Are they?
Well, again, Law Tigers is the lawyers. Your insurance is what's going to cover that passenger. And that passenger, if you're in an accident, there's an at-fault party that's not you, that's 2 people they got to take care of. That's you and your passenger. And even your insurance on a single bike accident or something, you need to look into that and make sure that you have coverage for your passenger, that they're you just ask your insurance company and make sure they check that they're underinsured and uninsured is for yourself and your passenger.
Gotcha. And so, but I mean, I guess specifically, let's say in a strange scenario here, there's a motorcycle accident. They get, they get clipped and everybody's okay. They're just minor injuries. But one party's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do anything about it. But the passenger's like, no, I've got some injuries. Can they approach Law Tigers and get representation?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They can. They sure can. We're going to represent them just like they're the guy that was holding the handlebars or the female was holding the handlebars. We want to definitely take care of them. So it's in any accident, passenger or rider.
That's cool. That's also something that I didn't know, but I'm glad that I asked.
And we didn't. And another thing, I'll jump in. We actually even have done some non-motorcycle accident stuff, because we are, property damage and personal injury law firms, and we have riders that maybe their girlfriend, wives, or even themselves are involved in an automobile accident. We'll represent them. We try to specialize in motorcycles, but if somebody in the community needs us, we're gonna step up.
That's cool. So getting back, so when you're two up, you went 800 and what was it? 880?
884.
884. All right. So after that, was there a break that had to be taken from riding, or were you guys?
No, we were. She took a break to go back to work, and I rode again like 2 days later. And I like riding my bikes, man. Even when I had my motorcycle accident, it was pretty bad. I was in traction with my knees, and I still had my uncle and my brother hoist me up on one of my other bikes, and I took it for a ride around the cul-de-sac 3 days after my accident. I didn't want somebody else was at fault, and I didn't want them to ruin my love I have for riding. And so it was a big deal. I went 100 yards around my cul-de-sac where I lived, but I had to do it.
Yeah. That's good. You don't want to have them not take away from your enjoyment. 100% getting back on the horse, as they say.
Yep, absolutely.
So this is going to be the part, and I'm not sure if you've ever seen one of our live streams, but this is where we're going to play a little game here, and it's everybody that's on this show is it's called Around the Horn, and it's four specific questions, and there'll be everybody's answers are different, so it's wherever it takes you. So here is question number one. You are not working. Let me clarify that, because you're a different type of guest. So you're not working, you have the time off, and you are riding to Sturgis to enjoy yourself however many days you want to take to get there. What bike are you riding that you do not currently own?
That I do not currently own. I'm going to ride the Pan America.
Really?
Yep, I'd ride the Pan America.
So let me ask you this: so you've been on the Pan America?
Yes.
And what'd you think?
It's not the most comfortable bike in the world, but I want to take one for a long ride.
Okay, I like it. Like I said, everybody, that's good. Okay, all right. So you are leaving Lakeside. You are heading to Sturgis, and who is going with you? You can pick anybody that is present or past. Who is going with you and riding?
Present or past?
Yep.
In the past, Anna Nicole Smith would be on my passenger.
Anna Nicole Smith.
Anna Nicole Smith, jeans, guess jeans girl time frame. That's my dream.
Did I not tell you guys? Everybody's got a different approach to the Around the Horn questions. I love it already. Yeah, oh, then these next two are going to be fantastic. So you guys are in Sturgis. So you're on your Pan America. You're with Anna Nicole Smith. Can we get a year? Are we talking like early 80s Anna Nicole Smith?
Yeah. Early 80s. After the Houston show club circuit, and when she got recognized by guests.
Okay. All right. So now we're all on the same page. You guys can Google that if you guys want to see what we're working with. So you guys are in Sturgis. You're sitting down. What is it that you guys are drinking?
She's having some type of foo-foo drink with exotic bologna, rum, and pineapple juice BS type stuff. And me, I'm kicking back with a Jack and Diet Coke, really.
All right. So Jack and Coke, Anna Nicole Smith, and he's on the Pan America, 2 up on the Pan America with Anna Nicole Smith. So, all right. So final question of Around the Horn, you get to ask Anna Nicole Smith one question. What is that one question you're going to ask her?
Why didn't she have her baby with me?
Okay. Well, she's got to tell you the answer, so you would know what the answer is. But that is a very entertaining Around the Horn with Chuck. That was a good one. I definitely liked that. We had a lot of people commenting here during this. Let's see here.
Well, I like the one comment with the Pan American. We wouldn't have to stay on the road, and that's true. There's a couple trails on the way up there that would be fun to have. Yeah.
Yep. So Dad and Mad said they knew that this would be a good one. Beard says that's great. Yeah, we definitely have some chuckles, great responses all the way around. So what's in the mug? So we played this game a couple of streams ago, and tonight it is just coffee. Sorry to disappoint. So I usually have something different, but we can ask Chuck. What's in your mug?
Jack and Diet.
Oh, that's my drink. That is my drink.
It's perfect for after 5 o'clock at home.
Absolutely. Yeah. A few weeks back, I had. Have you ever had Jack and Mountain Dew?
Yes, and that's a nice one. That's good too.
So I do it with Diet Mountain Dew, and it's not because of the calorie count. I just can't do
just the flavor. It's different. There's not so much sugar flavor in it with the diets.
Yeah, exactly. That sugar messes me up. So, so DeBeard, I've let him down. Well, you know what I realized too, and if you remember the live stream a couple weeks ago, sometimes if Jack gets a hold of me while I'm doing one of these live streams, I start going off into all sorts of different categories, and sometimes that can be fun, but I got to stay on point and make sure that I'm getting the questions out that everybody wants to have answered.
Right.
So Touring Midwest says coffee. Yes, always need the coffee. I have a caffeine problem. All right, let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody over here in the side chat. Get myself caught up. So now let's say, here, anywhere really, let's say that somebody wants to reach out to Law Tigers to be like, hey, we're doing an event. We want to get you guys involved. Do they talk to like a local representative like yourself? Like how do they get a hold of somebody like you?
Well, I mean, you can call the 1-800 number, and that's going to get you to our service, and they can get you that number, or they'll pass it on to the market manager in that area. And the market man, like for myself, every single shop that I go to has my phone number. A lot of the club guys and other riders and different promoters already have my number because of my longevity in the market. And Chuck at lawtigers.com. If you type in Chuck at lawtigers.com and tell me what state you're in, I will gladly get you the point of contact. It would be my pleasure to do that.
So that's really good for everybody that's watching now, and obviously if you're watching the replay, these live streams are all for you guys and motovloggers and people that are creating content, and you're going to these events, or you're help planning these events. You now have Chuck at lawtigers.com. You can reach out to him. He'll get you your local representative, and it's just unbelievable content or contact that you can have. And I will tell you with everything. I mean, Chuck has been at all the bike nights that's hosted by Motorcycle Monkey. He comes out on their Saturday events, all the different rally events that are coming around in Southern California. I mean, these guys are working, and they are working to make sure that you guys are informed. So make sure you guys take that down. If you forget it, it should be pretty easy. It's Chuck at Law Tigers. Yeah.
I think if I move my shirt the right way on the screen, it'll actually show like Chuck.
I think I can
the right way. Yeah, Chuck at Law Tigers. I mean, if I put Law Tigers next to it on my shirt, I'm dancing around. Yeah, I'm terrible at
that. I'll do this right now because I guess I have the power to.
Nice. And then go to lawtigers.com. Actually, if you go to lawtigers.com, you can get the information that way on meet the staff type thing. We have a little drop down with that as well. So I do not mind. Please feel free to email me, and I will do everything I can to help and get you in touch with the right person in your area.
Yeah, that's very cool. Got to answer this one for Shasi. So Shasi, check this out. Believe it or not, Mountain Dew was created to be a mixer for bourbon specifically. So
really?
Whiskey, yes, specifically created. And when I first heard about that, I was like, no, as much of a Jack fan that I am, how have I not heard about this? And this was like a year ago. So immediately, only for testing and evaluation purposes only, I had to go get some Jack and try this. And I will tell you, it's delicious. Summertime, which is coming up, that is a fantastic, refreshing beverage right there.
Yep. That sounds great. Easy to get, easy to make, easy to put together and have fun with a bunch of ice.
Absolutely. Dad and Mad said I fell off a stool on a live stream once. Was because of some alcohol? We're going to need some clarification here on why that happened. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. A bottle of port. That must have been one heck of a hangover. Let's see here. Make sure that. So we have this. Pull that back up. So Chuck at lawtigers.com. Everybody, you guys can reach out to him and just get in contact with your local representative. No matter what, you guys would be amazed. Obviously, when you're going to all these different events, you want to go by, say hello to them, make the contact that way. These are the people that, like I said, I hope none of you guys ever need them, but if you do, that's where you guys need to go. Law Tigers. And like I said, so if you guys are joining us a little bit late, we do have Chuck on from Law Tigers. There he is. He's got a shirt. There it is, Chuck. How the heck did you get Chuck at lawtigers.com? There's not another Chuck in all of the company?
Not in the company. I am the only Chuck. Yep.
Dang.
Yep. Hey, I want to jump in with something too. I talk about people not recognizing motorcycles or seeing motorcycles on the road. And we used to play the game when we were younger. Remember Slug Bug? Going down the road, you ride with your kid and you play Slug Bug. Now, I don't advocate hitting your friends and neighbors in your bike or on your in your car. But let's help the youth of today start recognizing motorcycles on the road and start counting motorcycles. Just on a road trip with your kids or whatnot, see how many bikes they can count, how many motorcycles they can count on the road. And that will help them start recognizing motorcycles. So when it does come time, they'll know they're there. When it comes time for them to get their license and they're driving, because even to this day, I can sit there and I'll see a Volkswagen Bug, like a first edition or second edition Volkswagen Bug, and I'll still think to myself Slug Bug. So one of those kind of games you can play to help people recognize bikes.
That is a great idea. Get your family on a road trip. And as we all been there, you got to entertain the kids. And of course, we're thinking pre-tablet, but sometimes it's good to get those kids away from that technology. But have them start identifying motorcycles and make it like a contest. Who can identify the bikes first? Right.
And then they'll have that awareness when it comes time for their driver's license, whether they get a motorcycle license or a regular license. It'll be automatically instilled in their brain that to recognize them on the road, because we don't in our driver's training courses here in the United States, there's not much education on motorcycle recognition and knowing where they're coming from or how to see them or how hard they are to see on the road.
Wow, that's so important, and you're right. Yeah, I think the wife, she can probably comment on the side right now. The wife and the kids still play Slug Bug to this day. I don't participate in it because I'm driving and I don't want to get hit while driving. But they're always going at it with Slug Bug, and they'll know what the bug and the beetle look like forever.
Yeah,
and they go out searching for it. So that's actually a really, really good concept. What was I just going to say? So Dad and Matt said agreed. Check. Matt is already learning to read the road, and she's 8. So that's.
I applaud him. That's awesome. I really do applaud him for what he's doing. And to have that type of education at that young of an age, and it'll work wonderful for her later on in life.
There's the wife chiming in saying that I don't participate because I lose. Yeah, well, theoretically it's like 3 against 1. I'm pretty sure that that my youngest beats me at that game too. So this is not a lie. That's pretty accurate. I'm not very good at the game. What is? I guess call it a punch buggy. Is that?
Punch buggy. Same kind of game. Punch buggy.
So this is an interesting one. So we play padiddle for vehicles with burn-on headlamp, and I used to play padiddle all the time. And of course, it would be the whole padiddle, and you got to hit the roof of the car. And there is different ways to play padiddle, but it can be very entertaining when it turns into you got to remove a piece of clothing if you're not the first one to say it. Of course, that sucks for the driver, but
right. But I do like the idea of padiddle. I do like the idea of padiddle for motorcycles, oncoming motorcycles, and them to recognize padiddle could be the name to call out a bike, motorcycle, and play the same game that way. That's a great idea. I didn't even think of that one. That's awesome.
Yeah. Just this single headlight, and just to assume it's that bike. Used to play padiddle with my friends when I first got my license. Yeah, I think Motoblonde. I think we all played padiddle. That's a good one. I haven't thought about that one in a while. But yeah, I mean, motorcycle awareness, it's huge. And here's the funny thing, and I don't know if it's just me. You can chime in. Everybody in the side chat chime in. But I swear, when I'm on my motorcycle, I see more people on their cellular phones than when it was legal to drive with your cellular phones, if that makes sense. It's every person at every light. If you pass by them and give them a glance, they're all on their phone.
And the worst part is, since they made it illegal, everybody's now hiding them in their lap. And by hiding them, they're making it even worse. Or making that transfer time from the screen to looking at the road is even longer than it was before. So it's the most dangerous thing to have going on is cell phones. That I watch on my bike. I see it all the time, Ryan. I'm sure you have too. You have people putting their makeup on. They got to drink coffee in their hand and eating a burrito while they're driving with their forearm. I mean, just everything but doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, absolutely. And you have, I love those gloves that basically say get off your phone. Right. And it's to the point where, I mean, I have a mirrored face mask visor, but I still know how to give the stink eye to somebody, and I'll pull up right next to somebody, and the wife will contest to this. I will pull up and just stare until they get the message that I'm on a motorcycle and you need to pay attention to the road. And usually you can see them because it's like midday. They're either drunk or they're on their phone. And like you said, more oftentimes than not, they're steering with their knee. There's not a message that is that important that you have to send that's worth somebody's life. And, between that and for some reason, and this might not be everywhere, but for us in California, I don't know why people, those little indicator lights they give you in your car. Some people just think they think that, this is my freeway and I'll use that. It's more of a guideline. And you always see those two cars, right? You're going down the road and you see those two cars, and neither one of them are going to use their indicators, and they're going to go in and then they start overcorrecting, and it gets absolutely crazy.
I do like what Megan threw in there, that she sees a CHP split lane specifically looking for the guys with the cell phones on their lap and stuff like that. You're not even supposed to be touching your cell phone in the state of California.
Right.
You're not allowed to get out the cradle.
Yeah, that should be docked. And almost every car now, I mean, I think other than my 1988 Toyota Corolla, I'm pretty sure has Bluetooth technology. I don't have a Corolla anymore, but you know what I mean? It's they almost have that in the most base model vehicle, that there's no reason for somebody to be on their phone and staring it down. And I know that there's certain things, and it scares me because I have a child that's getting ready to start driving and getting a license. And, you're like, man, just don't be on your phone. You want to tell them now, obviously don't drink alcohol and drive, and don't be on your phone. And the hardest thing for some of these kids, all they've known is this technology of being on their phone and communication. And it's just dangerous for everybody.
Yeah, it is. It's bad. So
I'd have a flag cruise sometimes. Didn't stop because, 100%, and you have people that are, there's a good one. The beard brought in, Frank Poncherello, John Baker. That was on before Dukes of Hazzard, by the way. And if either one of those shows were not playing that day, I was having a bad day. But that's a good one right there.
Even the remake, they did that remake of Chips.
So I didn't see it.
Oh, it's hilarious, dude. You got to watch it. It's funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but that might be on the list. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up, guys, for today's live stream. Chuck, thank you so much for coming on and sharing stuff about Law Tigers. Just stand by after we end this, and we'll go in the backstage room and we'll figure out some other things, upcoming events coming up. I will put all stuff that we discussed in the links in the description down below, along with Chuck's email, so that you guys can reach out to your local representative in your area. But Chuck from Law Tigers is, we have, a lot of people. Chuck is a solid guy. So a lot of people coming in, they definitely appreciate you coming by, Chuck, and just hanging with us. It'd be great to have you back on.
Yeah, I'd love to come back on. We can talk about some other stuff, and I really like being on and sharing some information and knowledge, and just seeing what else is going on in the motorcycle world around me and everywhere else. So it's cool.
Awesome. Thanks, Chuck. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you next year. Oh, by the way, before you guys leave, don't go anywhere. I can't believe I forgot to do this, but I do want to let you all know right now that next Monday, that you guys do not want to miss. Next Monday, MotoVlogger Monday, we are going to have Throttle Down Under from Australia is going to be on the show. So really excited for that. I will start throwing up all the links and everything after this live stream ends. So make sure you guys are tuning in next Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, so we can hang out and get to know Throttle Down Under a little bit. I'm so super excited to talk to him about his roads and stuff. So
that sounds cool.
Yeah, it should be definitely a good one. But that's going to do it, guys. We will catch you guys next Monday.